gives me then the opportunity to do exactly what it is that I wanted to do for my husband, Jabulani Tsambo, which is give him the burial and everything that he wanted, everything that was his last wishes. So I have been granted that, and despite the funeral going ahead tomorrow, I will still do what he could requested, what he would expect from me, and what it is that he wanted. So thank you to the legal system, to my support system, to my team. I am feeling very blessed, and that's that. Thank you.
How are you going to fulfill his wishes if the funeral is going ahead, Lerato?
Thank you. That's all.
Let's go.
You maybe answer
Can you
that
please
question
answer? Can you
on
just tell us exactly what happened in court in Dileka and what the judgment was in its totality?
Our reason for approaching the court in the main was so that our client, Ms. Lerato Sengadi, can actually have exercise over the remains of her body, of the remains of her husband's body, and we could not do that without actually requesting the court to declare her the wife of the deceased. So we are pleased that the court has done that, and we are pleased that the court, in fact, has educated everybody with regard to the validity of a customary marriage. And we are also pleased with the fact that the court, although having given her or having pronounced her, the wife, the valid wife, and also having acknowledged the fact that if she could, and in fact legally she can, be the one who is supposed to actually decide what happens to the body. The court also considered, on a balance of convenience, meaning currently everything that is being planned with regards to to the funeral, that so much has been planned already and so much has been expected, and a lot of people are expecting to come to the funeral. It would be somewhat not of Ubuntu to interdict the funeral. That's the only reason that the judgment turned out the way that it did today. My client is, in fact, weighing her options with regards to that. She, of course, respects the court's judgment. The reason why she came to the court, in fact, was to ensure that her husband's dying wishes or burial wishes are done in accordance with what he had told her. However, that is not obviously to be in this instance, and but in the main, we are actually very excited that the court has actually educated all women, and not just women, but South Africa as a whole, as to what it is that is required in terms of being recognized as a wife in an African or customary marriage.
Now that she's been recognized as a wife, does that mean she has rights to his estate?
It would invariably mean that. It would definitely invariably mean that she has, the right to, basically, if I could just put it that way, all the other formal and normal consequences, that flow from being a valid wife would then now follow.
So what course does she have now? Now that the fact that the funeral is going ahead, the wishes of her husband being buried in Johannesburg are not going to happen. What recourse does she have after this?
She's got quite a number of recourses available to her. Obviously, those which have to be, considered, but she does have legal recourses available to her. Like I just explained earlier, the normal, legal consequences and rights now follow. So she will have to explore those and have a look at that.
Would one of those options be exhumation?
At this point, we cannot comment on that because, obviously, she's got to firstly decide whether she is going to attend the funeral or not. So, but that is, of course, available to her.
So she hasn't decided if she's going to attend the funeral?
Not at this point. As you can imagine, under the circumstances, she hasn't yet decided if that is going to happen, and particularly with regards to the press releases that have been made by the family, leading up to this point. She's not sure if that is, in fact, an opportunity to. However, they have indicated many times in court, as you guys have heard, that, an invitation is extended. So we cannot speculate at this point whether that is an honest invitation or, it was an invitation to just sway the court in their favor. But yeah, she's considering that too.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.